I recently did a video on how your pennies may soon make you rich, and many people were really in disagreement with what's going on. But you guys, today, penny prices are soaring, and I made that video 2 weeks ago. Now, if you will listen and understand what's going on, if you are a collector of pennies, this can be an opportunity that can make you wealthier. And why more than ever that you need to clean up your credit, because if you don't understand what's going on, and this is by design to keep you blind, to make you not understand how the credit system works and why the rich keep getting richer and the average American is losing right now. And it's all about what's going on with the penny. But on the flip side, if you understand the information I'm about to give you, you can take advantage of the situation and know what to do to make yourself wealthier, because most people disregard this knowledge and don't understand it at all. And it's all by design. And I'm going to break it down for you in this video. And if you're new to this channel is designed to help you no matter where you are in your credit journey. So if you like that kind of information, subscribe to this channel. And if you go to my website, you can download this free heart inquiry removal package for free. The link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. So what is going on right now? President Donald Trump recently actually stopped the production of the U.S. penny.
President Trump ordered the Treasury Department to stop making new pennies earlier this year. After all, it cost 3.7 cents on average to make every 1 cent coin in 2024. Production has since stopped, and so have shipments of the coins to places like grocery and convenience stores.
And the reason why, it's because it is more expensive to produce the penny more than what it's actually worth. So the key is this. Many of you guys don't understand. The US dollar is not a store of value. It is a currency, meaning a medium of exchange. It is a fiat currency, meaning it is backed by nothing. Nixon officially took us off the gold standard in the 1970s when the dollar was actually backed by gold, meaning you could take the dollar in to the bank and get a return of it for gold. The reason why that was important, it made sure that our government could not continuously print the dollar. The dollar itself is nothing but a piece of paper, and it's all backed by your willingness to exchange it for a good and service and everybody else, like your stores. But what is going on now, because of all the money printing and the inflation in the economy, it is losing its purchasing power. So you may think that the price of everything is going up around you, but it's truly the purchasing power of your dollar going down. It's just like when you go to a bar. If you get a shot of Hennessy, guess what? It is concentrated and it's potent. But if you add ice to it and the ice begins to melt, it starts to water that drink down. And so for you to get the same potency of a drink mixed with water and diluted, you have to buy more. And that's what's going on. You guys need more dollars because they tripled the money supply. And what they did is actually rob you of your most valuable asset, which is your time. See, you're working for dollars while the wealthy is taking and investing those dollars into assets. They drop those dollars like it's hot and buy actually cash flowing assets that goes up in value, yet and still produces where they can collect from you those dollars. And so what's going on with the penny? It's actually worth way more than its value because the dollar have went down. The penny now is actually worth about 3 cents. So it is no longer valuable enough for the US to actually produce it. And next, they're coming after the nickel and dime because those are real metals. And it's more of a limited supply of things that's real. The way they're robbing you of your wealth, when they doubled that money supply, everything went up except for your paycheck. So if you made $20 an hour, in essence, they should have increased your pay when they doubled the money supply to $40 an hour for you to live the same lifestyle. But they didn't. They didn't raise wages at all. They're really undercutting your labor. So now you think you're making $20 an hour, but your purchasing power is really only at $10 an hour because you can buy less. All right. So if you had $100,000 saved in the bank, Soon as they begin to print, you only had purchasing power of $50,000. So essentially, printing more money and stimulus benefits the wealthy because they own the assets. For you, if you only save in dollars and never invest, you get poor. You're seeing high costs and high inflation because you need more money in order to buy things, but they're not giving you more in your paycheck. And so essentially, it's like playing Monopoly. We all start out with that $200 on the board. But as people go around the board and people begin to buy up and build, if you never invest, the longer you play that game, the less that money is going to last you. That $200 paycheck, pretty soon you're going to pay more out than that $200 coming in. And if you don't learn how to invest in Monopoly and buy assets and get people paying you for return of goods and services, you're going to be out the game. So in my case, at 21, I bought my first income producing property. And at 25, bought the second income producing property. And that was 20 years ago. So now at this point, I haven't worked a job since 2012 because over time, generating income, your assets going up, it makes you depend less on working. And it allowed me to actually start businesses and gave me a base income where I didn't have to work as hard. And the assets go up in value. So your wealth go up in value. So when it comes down to the penny, now you're seeing that these corporations need your pennies and they want to buy them back.
Retailers have been scrambling over the past few months to find enough pennies to make change after the government stopped minting them. Giant Eagle wants your pennies badly. Roosevelt Leftwich has details about a special offer.
Most folks don't think about pennies until they need one. And with more than 200 stores in 5 different states, Giant Eagle needs thousands of pennies every day. And on Saturday, November 1st from 11 to 4, Giant Eagle is taking the extraordinary step to have a penny buyback day. They want you to bring all the pennies you have sitting around in a jar, in a car, or between the couch cushions and walk out of one of their stores with a gift card for double the value you bring in, up to $200. And just the pennies. If you have a jar of change, sort out the silver money because it's the copper stuff that they want. You don't have to roll it up either. Loose pennies are more than welcome, even if you have a wheelbarrow full.
We will weigh the pennies. We do know that the equation of how much, what the dollar equivalent of a pound of pennies, for example, is, and then we'll make that equation, and of course, we'll be doubling it.
And just in case you were wondering, there are roughly 181 pennies in a pound. Donovan says they want people to bring in a minimum of 50 pennies to get a gift card, and every Giant Eagle and Market District store will be participating because the smallest value of U.S. coin is now the hardest one to find.
Now, one of the cheapest assets that you can get right now is the penny. Go around and, since people don't know about this, gather up their pennies. There's people that just don't value a penny and they'll just throw them away, leave them in their seat cushion. Why don't you do a self-driven penny drive? That now pennies are an asset, and especially sort out the pennies that are printed before 1982 and especially 1981 because they are copper. Copper is expensive. It's an industrial metal now. So that is a way. Try to collect up some pennies, you guys, because no more are coming in the system. The other option that I use, I trade out for silver, and I also trade out my currency for gold. So silver and gold is God's money. Okay. Now I'm not going to lie to you. We all know, or if you've been watching, gold has went to the moon at this point. And if you're a person, if you don't have a lot of cash, gold may be a stretch for you. Your best opportunity is silver right now. Silver, they are manipulating the price. The spread between gold and silver has never been historically this way. It is such an opportunity in silver. When I was telling you guys back in 2015, now I see a lot of people on YouTube, especially in the credit space. Some of them trying to talk about the gold and silver. Go and check my videos. I've been telling y'all. When this was $11, I told y'all to buy because they lying like a dog, okay? Right now, I know it seemed high. Silver Eagles are about $60. This so-called $50 cent, make it make sense. How is a dollar worth more than a 50-cent piece, but it takes 60 of them jammies, or a little better, just to get one of these, because one of these are only real money, okay? A real store of value, and that's this, all right? So you want to switch out them dollars for some gold or some silver. Silver is going to be your best opportunity right now. I was buying it when it was $11, and now, baby, since this is actually government tender, you don't pay taxes right now. They just removed that, okay? Because they know that the wealthy been hoarding up all the gold and silver, and you better get you a little silver too, y'all. Stop playing. It always seems too expensive. But if you get in the habit to switch it out, look how much money I done made now that when I was buying it at $11 and now it's up to about $60. Hey, it is a store of my economic value, okay, for my efforts of working. So they're robbing you guys. I go through Quicksilver. They have a wealth building program that'll take the money out of the bank that you want to set and send you the value of gold or silver of what you actually dictate. I'll leave that link in the description of the video in the pinned comment section if you want to check that out. Is why I advocate to you guys to clean up your credit and leverage your credit to get assets. I started off with a 3-family rental property where I lived, one of those units, and it paid for my living, and I made extra money off of the units, and the value went up in the property and it cash flow. And I did that, moved on to the next property. So you guys want to clean up your credit, buy anything. You may want to buy your own home instead of throwing your money away and rent. At least you're building wealth with home ownership. And you can do that by cleaning up your credit with my elite credit system. Users like Greg was able to remove a collection within 12 days. If you need my help, you can hit the link in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. Another great opportunity. I just bought land, 5.5 acres of land, because that's agricultural land that I'm going to produce and go into a level of farming, homesteading, selling products, and build a homestead for myself. You guys, maybe look at land, buy it as a family, leverage y'all income and acres of land, even 5 acres. You guys, if you all build, you don't even have to see one another. You use your combined incomes to go and build, and you can have assets. And everybody is creating generational wealth. And as you move out of that unit, then you can turn around and rent it, and you guys can share in the rental income, and it lessens what you have to work for to generate income and turn around and get tax write-offs in the process, and can show the bank when you're going for lending. I have an asset that's also valued in wealth and going up. It shows good on your credit report that you have fiscal responsibility, and you can show it as income. Okay, this is passive income. Now, I'm not saying that might not be for everybody. So just a bare minimum, maybe buying raw land, and you guys all build yourself a home on it and use your income that you guys have to build a home together, a generational compound. That might be a real cheap way for you to go in and to gain more assets. So hopefully this information was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. But more detailed questions for me, you can go to my website, and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.